Well, he's done it again. He sold advertising space on my land. But he did say it's enabled him to buy himself a playset, which should keep him busy, I suppose. Hello everybody and welcome back to Survival Challenge. So, first thing I want to do today is go and have a look at our germinated sugarcane crop. At least I hope it's germinated. If not, we spent a lot of time the other day doing nothing. It has germinated, look at that. It's green. Crikey, that's a lot of growth. But we do have weeds. Do we have weeds? Yes, we do have weeds. That looks amazing. Right, let's get our sprayer. Derek can then be spraying this field. It should be fairly easy for him, given that it's a square field. And yeah, we should be able to go from there. I would like to try and get as much of the slurry as we have put onto the field over there before we start planting it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We do actually own the rest of this plot now, which isn't overly useful to us. However, there is quite a lot of grass. We could make a load of silage off it. But I think we'll leave it for now. What do we reckon then? So, pretty good working width. Do we think Derek will be alright on here? I just pressed D for Derek, but obviously that's not right, is it? It's H. For help. So he is spot spraying. Hopefully he won't use too much of the herbicide. It's looking good. Looking very good. And it should be all fertilized already. It is. So it's just the weed that he's got to sort out. Well, let's hope it's okay. We, on the other hand, are going to go and get the planter. No, we're not. We're going to go get the slurry spreader, or the slurry drizzler to start with, and put as much of the slurry as as much as we've got into that field, which I don't think will be a massive amount, to be perfectly honest. But it will save us liquid fertilizer afterwards, or hard fertilizer even, because obviously we're going to be fertilizing as we plant, so it'll obviously take a lot more in the places we haven't put slurry than it will in the places we have put slurry. We do like ourselves some free fertilizer though, don't we? Right. I don't know how much we've got. At the end of the last episode, I think we had... Yeah, so it's about 7,000 litres a day that we're getting out of this. Maybe a bit more. Obviously, with the amount of cows increases, we'll be getting even more. How much food are they getting through, out of interest? Ah, not too much, so that's okay. At the moment. And once again, the amount of cows increases, the amount of more food they'll get through. But we're okay for now. Right, I'll go and get this spread as much as I can on this field. And then we'll get the planter sorted.
Stumbling out of bed, and I still got you in my head from all those pretty words you said. It's like I'm wasted. Every time I see your face, I'm losing track of time and space.
There we go. Well, it wasn't much, but it was something. I've also just had a message to say that Derek has finished spraying, which is interesting. Oh, and he pretty much has. Look at that. Just a slight bit more to go over here. And that should be it done. Oh, superb. Right, let's get it folded up. Could actually park it up here because we'll need it next over on this field up here when we've when it's germinated next month. And this grass won't be fully grown next month, so that's what we'll be doing. Right, there we go. We'll park that there for now. This, we need to head back over here and put it away. Such a big heavy beast, but it's absolutely incredible. Really is good. I'd like to get a manure spreader of a similar size, but at the minute I don't think we've got enough manure to actually warrant it. Plus we're saving the money for the sugarcane harvest. Well, I say we're saving the money. We're going to be doing a bit of a yard expansion today, but that's going to also include... Oh, hang on. No, I'll reverse it up a little bit more. And also disconnect the right thing. So that's going to include production. A production or two. And those will generate money. The only worry I've got is I've got nothing to feed into the productions yet. Until harvest time. Right. I don't want it on cotton, do I? Oh, I can plant canola with this. Corn, that's what I want. However, I'm hooked onto that. Okay. Let's get some more seed and fertilizer out. Big bag of seed. I reckon 2 bags of seed. And 1 bag of fertilizer. That should do it. What am I doing? Oh no, it's raining. Come on, quickly. Let's get the cover on things. Right, well, that's that for now. Oh, it's unwieldy. Let's do a couple of laps of the headland, and then we'll see if Derek can take over for a little bit. That doesn't look like it's planting. Why is that not planting? Is it planting? It is not planting. And that's because this planter is not a direct planter. So we're going to need to cultivate before we plant. Oh, silly boy. Right, well, cultivating in the rain isn't too bad. I guess we'll do that first then.
It's like I'm wasted, and I won't waste it. And I promise that will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. Could you come a little closer now? 'Cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste this. And I promise that I will stand by you forever. I can't get you out of my mind. I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah.
Right, so I've done 2 laps of the headland and done around the trees in a nice square box shape. We're going to see how easy it is for Derek to continue, because what I want to do is get on with improving our yard and our facilities, and potentially putting in some more productions. Want to have a look at doing now anyway. Something that is going to use the flour and possibly the oil from the other production. But anyway, let's get Derek working away. There he goes. Hopefully he shouldn't get too confused. Can't imagine he'll get the whole lot done in one go, but I don't know. Maybe he'd do quite well. Miserable weather today. Whoop. Okay, so the space we have to play with is over here. We have a look in productions. We have quite a lot in the way of factories and things. Let's have a look. Lime production. Well, that would be useful, I suppose, but nope. Ketchup production. So that takes sugar and tomatoes, which is great. So we don't have a greenhouse. We could have a greenhouse, I suppose, but tomato juice production. Once again, tomatoes and water would be good if we had a greenhouse. Artisan bakery. Right. So this is it, because look, we get flour. Well, the inputs are flour, a box, and water. What are the other options? Gold production, of course. Yogurt. So milk, strawberries, and sugar. Soya drink. Interesting one. We've got a dairy. A bakery. Right, so bakery would take flour, butter, which we could produce, strawberries, which we could get a greenhouse for, milk, which we have, eggs, which we don't have, and sugar, which we are going to have. I do like the idea of the interactive productions here. So maybe we'll get this bakery. Although, having said that, will I have to get an additional sell point? Because the bread that it creates is artisan bread and there's no selling point available. Lovely. still, get quite a lot of money for it. Pancakes, even more. Well, this is tricky. Now, if I go for a more of a conventional option, so this bakery or the smaller bakery, that bakery would be alright. Then, yes, we could get some more bits to be able to feed into it. That's definitely a possibility. So I think, yeah, what I'll do is I'll get this bakery. We shall also get a greenhouse. Want to get the largest greenhouse because then we can produce strawberries for the bakery. There. So now we have those. In order to make bread, we need flour. Brilliant. In order to make cake, we need flour, sugar, milk, which we can get. So the only thing we can't get out of that lot now is the eggs. So, do I want to reconsider a chicken hut? I might well do. One that can take quite a number of chickens, I think. Oh, a Goldcrest chicken coop. Yeah, so this is a standard chicken coop. Of course, I haven't got anything to feed them at the minute, which is a slight problem. Emphasis on the slight. I could get a fenceless husbandry and just have them roaming around the yard. Why not? Yes, you know what? Let's have it here. Delightful. The only trouble is, I need something to be able to feed them with. How do I turn that grid off? Hide grid. There we are. So, yes, all I need to do now is put food in there. So we'll have plenty when we harvest the wheat, but until then, we won't be having any. We're also not going to have any flour until we harvest the wheat either, to feed into the bakery. Right. However, what we can do is we can get the... Oh, hello. Oh yes, because I've still got the weight on the front, haven't I? Huh. Well, that's that done. The weight can hide under the trailer there. Yeah, so what we can do is get the greenhouse filled up with water and get that starting to produce strawberries, which I think will be a little bit fantastic. And those strawberries we can set to distributing straight away, and they can go straight into the bakery. First of all, let's get some water. and then we can fill up the... Oh gosh, that gets heavy and top. It gets very top heavy when you fill it up. Don't know if it'd be worth buying some chicken food to start getting eggs before we start. I don't know. Oh, brakes on this get even worse. So we need to start off strawberries. We need to change them to distributing. Activate the strawberries. Now, how much is 10,000 litres? Well, maybe it can take 20,000 litres. Yes, it does look like it can take 20,000 litres, so let's go get another load. Stock it up. And hopefully we won't have to worry about it for a couple of months. This rain is relentless. And then the strawberries will be all ready for when we need to start the bakery. Start the cakes in the bakery. I can see us having to go for the small sugarcane harvester, the trailed one, but that's okay. It'll just take us longer to harvest. It's not a problem. Ooh, brakes. Yep, never gonna happen. Right. So this should take all of that. And then we can pop the Bowser over by the dairy again, ready for the next load of milk. Yep, there we go. So that is full with water now. Which is absolutely fantastic. I really don't know what to do in terms of the chickens though. I feel like maybe I should go get some chicken feed. You know what, let's do that. Let's go get 2 bags of wheat from the... Have I got anything that I can feed the chickens with in here? Silo is empty. No, okay, maybe not. So I'm going to get a couple of bags of chicken feed. A couple of bags of wheat. Then we can get the chickens starting to produce some eggs for the bakery. Okay, here we are back at the farm. We have our 2 bags of wheat. So we're going to empty this into here and then we can get some chickens. Hopefully this will sufficiently annoy Derek, because they will start making noise. Wow, they take a lot. Well, I suppose that's good in a way, because they won't need feeding as often. I appear to be looking at the ground. So, they do... It's 150. They do reproduce very, very quickly. Every 2 months they reproduce. So I think if we were to get 30... And just for some variety, let's get 1 rooster. There we go. So how much in the way of food does that give them? Wow. Okay. Well, it'll keep them going for a little bit, hopefully through until harvest time. Plus they've got a billboard to read, which is great, because they won't get bored. Lovely. Oh. Well, as long as they all stay around here and don't wander off, we'll be fine. So, let's see how Derek is getting on. at the minute. Actually doing pretty good. Well, I'm inclined to leave him to carry on, because what we're going to do is going to have a look at a bit of a yard improvement. So, I would like to get some more sheds. I've got one of them already. It's not till you look at it next to that you realise how big it actually is. Right. What have we got that is fairly in keeping? I want a fairly large shed. That's a place to keep my cows. I don't want to keep. No, I don't want to keep my cows in there. I want to. See, that would be a fairly large shed, but difficult to get things in and out of. That would be an absolutely mahoosive shed. Mahoosive, I say. A lot of these are starting to look like they're going to cost money. Whereas the earlier ones, maybe not so much. That's not a bad shed. I think that would be quite a reasonable thing to have. Although that also is quite a reasonable thing to have. Oh dear. I'm so indecisive. That would be pretty cool because that is... It's just a cover and it's huge. There you go. Really ought to get the seeders and the planters put away into there. Seems a nice, reasonable shed. Nice and dry. Do I want to put some... Is it concrete or asphalt, isn't it? Yes, it is asphalt. Put some down. There we are. Lovely. Well, here we go. Sun's coming out again now. Superb. Let's get the John Deere and we'll start putting things away. In fact, speaking of putting things away, these fertilizers can go into the into storage as well, can't they? Because they're just sitting there. Now that we've got so much hard fertilizer that's going in the ground, I probably aren't not going to need these again. Because all of our planters and seeders can put in fertilizer at the same time. But we should probably hang on to them anyway. Derek looks like he's still going, which is brilliant news. We may well not get the corn planted today, which would be unfortunate, but at least we'll have the field all prepared. I might have to take over for the last bit of preparation work, but let's put the weight down there. We can move the trailer, and then we can start putting our planters and things away into there, because after all, that's what we've bought it for. The trailer can go next to it, providing I don't back it into the gutter and wipe the gutter out. Oh dear. I'll tell you what, let's tidy it up. There we are. Right, select the trailer this time and pop it down. There we go. Right, so the sugarcane planter. Once a year use on that thing, I think. Now I'm hoping that this tractor is going to be okay enough to, as it's supported on its rear wheels, I should be able to manoeuvre it. Depends how much sugarcane we actually get out of the out of that field. That might keep us going for years. In which case, this planter will become fairly useless to us. We shall see. There we go. That's that one dropped off. Bring the seeder in now. God, these brakes are terrible. I'm not even sure if they're getting worse or not with the state of the tractor, but they're really, really bad. Well, as we've got seed and fertilizer here, we might as well just top this up before we put it away. There we go, all topped up. I think I'll back this in front of the sugarcane planter, because we will need this a long time before the sugarcane planter again. Oh, where am I going? Backwards reversing head on. Drop it off there. There we go. Lovely. Well, it's very nice now the sun's come out, isn't it? How is Derek getting on? Actually, if we have a look from here. Oh, he's doing really rather well, to be perfectly honest. I'll only have a little bit to tidy up this end. Superb. Let's have a quick look at other things that I can put down. So, silos. We've got bale storages. We could do corn as maize, couldn't we? And if I'm going to do that, I'll need a large bunker. like a proper large bunker. Like a scroll to the end type huge bunker like that one. What we'll also need though is a forage harvester, which we don't have. And we wouldn't be able to rent one because that's the rules. Oh, nice little Volvo tractor in there. So forage harvesters, we'd be looking at the Class Jaguar. Or we could go really old school, but that would take absolutely forever to harvest. 60,000 for the Class Jaguar, and then we would need a header. Which would probably be the £80,000 one. So yeah, it's that's probably a little bit of a pipe dream at the moment. Anyway, let's take over from Derek here. We'll get all this finished up and we'll take the glory. But he's done a remarkably good job actually. Really pleased with that. It's not the squarest of fields. And he's done really rather well. And then I'm going to show him up by not doing so well. Not show him up, but show myself up by not doing so well. Right, let's get this done. Well, there we go. That's the field entirely cultivated and ready to accept corn next month, or next episode. Which is fantastic, and we've got quite a little production going as well. See if we've produced any strawberries yet. Yep, look at that. They're already going into there. Fantastic stuff. Eggs are on the way. Things are looking good. Looking really good. I could probably leave the cultivator outside, couldn't I? Have precious space in the shed that we don't need to be taking up with this. So, let's park it up over here. There we go. Right. That'll do us for today. Right. That'll do us for today. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.